for the white people and the Jewish people. It's for black people.
It's for black people.
Black people are the first people who think that you're being racist because you say something that's real.
We don't hate anybody. We're just like, because you have to put that disclaimer. Because if you talk and you don't put that disclaimer as a black person, you're in trouble.
They'll run with it.
Because if I was of another race, do you see when you watch MSNBC or anything or CNN? Do you see them put a disclaimer on anything they say?
No, they don't.
Watch any black, even the black people who talk on those shows.
Yeah.
They always speak in disclaimers.
Right.
At the end of the day, because also, like Mike, we also grew up in places that are both black and white.
Right.
I know white people, and like it's not, you know, so you can't. I don't want to.
We're not labeling. We're not labeling. We talk about white supremacists.
White supremacists, and the people who you see with tiki torches is who we're talking about.
Right.
So we don't want to hear any comments about any other. You're just wasting your time, and you just want to cause trouble. We're talking about the ones who.
And you know that's a mindset that they put on us. You know what I mean? Like they conditioned us.
They conditioned us
to buck against other black people who want to discuss what these white supremacists are doing to us. Like black people don't even want to hear it. So all those disclaimers are really for black people because white people really don't get offended by it, especially if it's true. I mean, if I'm speaking of the history of them, and
you get the one troll on there who's a white supremacist who just wants to say, "Oh, you got but we how you doing, troll?"
Right. Yeah, no doubt. All right, so his second one, he says, blacks have been forced to live in marginal social conditions that produce pathological survival behavior.
That's true.
Very true. I think that's very true. And that's the part that black people don't look at when they say to me, well, first we got to stop killing each other. I get that. I get that. But what you are looking at is just the effect. What was the cause of that? And when you look at the cause of that, as Dr. Claude said, forced to live in marginal social conditions, this is what brings about pathological survival behavior, which he said. So now you got black people killing each other, robbing each other. I mean,
there's no resources. So.
Yeah, it's no resources. You know, it's rats in a box. How long are the two rats going to be in that box before they eventually start fighting each other? Because one rat realizes that the other one can't help him. So they get to fighting each other, whereas in the beginning they might have both been trying to get out the box at the same time. But once that frustration sets in because of their conditions, pathological survival conditions, then suddenly they start going at each other. So there's still a hand at play, you know. So it kind of frustrates me a little bit when I try to talk to my own people, and then the first thing they want to tell me about is all of the things that we not doing correctly. Well, there's no race of people that's doing everything correctly. You know, like white people kill white people. Black people kill black people. As a matter of fact, the last time I checked the statistics, white on white crime and black on black crime both were at 84%.
Yeah, it was something like I said. It's like the same.
It was the same.
That argument is completely wiped out. It doesn't mean anything.
It was the same, but yet, you know, like I said, it irritates me because when you start talking about something that's real, the first thing a lot of black people want to say is, well, we got to get our heads right. You know what I mean? We got to stop killing each other. You know what I mean? And we selling each other drugs. Like, come on, bro. I know all of that. But like, do you know why it's like that? There's a reason why it's like that.
So, according to the guy's quote, which is true, right? Now that you know that, what do you do about it? Because that's the thing is that we are forced to live in marginal situations, right? But now that you know that, what do you do about it, right? Because it's evident, it's there, and we're going to continue to live like that if we don't do anything about it. So I'm not saying that you just get up and move out of the neighborhood. But you got to be held accountable. You got to start holding people, your kids accountable.
Well, that's number three. That's number three. So let me speak on what you just said, though. My opinion, the first step is having these discussions because we don't know it. So when you got black people in the hood, they don't know that it was a puppet master at work that caused your community to be what it is.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Monday, 7 o'clock. You know what it is, just a bit outside. I am your host, Kescia. As always, doesn't change. What you see is what you get. And across from me, in the building,
Mark Foster.
You always gotta one-up me. On the intro.
I don't know if that was a one-up. That was just me being a jackass.
What's going on, y'all? Got a great show tonight. Man, we are so excited. We are so pleased to have the head coach of the Lady Eagles, Coppin State University, Coach Dwayne Burrows, and also Coppin's and MEAC star, Genesis Lucas. Like, how awesome is that?
It's great.
Where's that applause, Eric? That applause when you need it. Yeah, so we're really excited to talk college hoops and hopefully some NBA hoops with them as well. A lot going on. A lot happened this weekend. The squad was out and about, around the way, in the hood, on the streets.
Making friends and pressing the flesh. Shaking hands.
Okay.
Dude, I'm mad because, like, I don't know if I went to the bathroom or where the hell I went, but that's, I guess, when Mayor Pugh came by the table and you got to pick with her. I was like, damn, if I just hung out a couple more minutes.
Well, yeah, let's let everybody know where we were. So this weekend we went to Coppin State University for the Morgan Coppin game, as you guys know, and some of you may not. You know, Morgan and Coppin, they have a pretty big, rivalry. It's a tradition that the college hoops, when they match up, it's always a big deal. And this was our first game that we kind of covered, like, live for real, and it was really awesome, man. Shout out to all the folks at Coppin that made everything work for us, man. Mr. Steve Kramer, he's awesome. Miss Doris. Miss Doris. I said I was Miss Doris Jones. I said I was going to shout you out. I hope you watching tonight, baby. Yeah, we had a good time. But yeah, I don't know where you were, but it was right before the men's game, and we were saying like it was time for the national anthem, and our table was like right in the middle. So her and her little squad, her little gangster squad, came. And we're all facing, this way, like saying the national anthem. But then somebody told us like we had to turn around and face the flag or whatever. So we had our back to the flag the whole time. So we didn't really, understand what was going on. So of course I had something funny to say about that. So we had a couple of laughs, and I, got a pick. She all right. She all right. Shout out to Mayor Pugh. You all right, sure.
It's funny, too, because we were kind of dogging her for a little while there.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I brought it up.
I'm just saying, you really going through the Michelle. Go ahead. Yeah, we was good, man. Why we dog her?
She showed up. She showed up at the beginning of the women's game, and then, boom, was gone. Didn't see her in that little press box. And then
she reappeared for the men's game. Yeah, she pulled the Houdini on us. We were looking for her. But yeah, it was really cool. But the first game that we watched was the women's game, and Genesis Lucas was just amazing. Chance Graham, yeah, she was amazing, man. I could see them in WNBA. Seriously, put a little more weight on them. They get up in there.
I think we'll talk to Genesis about that tonight.
Yeah.
She's a senior. Hey,
yeah, I know. We're going to talk about that. But Morgan, they came to play. They had two twin towers, I was calling them. These two big girls that was just banging. But Coach Burrows, made some pretty decent adjustments. And, it was an exciting game all the way down to the very end.
Yeah.
Coppin won by 2 points.
Was it 2? Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 points. 2 points.
Halftime, Morgan State was up by 5.
Yeah.
They built a 8-point lead during the third quarter, and I think I don't think Genesis hit a shot in the third, so it was like kind of like, what's gonna happen
what's
here?
going on? Right.
I honestly had a feeling in the fourth it was gonna get even worse, but damn, they rebounded.
Yeah, I feel like we was like some good luck or something because the men's team, they've only won one game all season, prior to Saturday.
Yep.
And, they, Juan Dixon and the fellas, they turned up. I guess they turned up for the Morgan game because they were out there balling. They were looking like the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right, shots fired. That's what we do. I'm glad you caught that, Eric.
You want to talk turned up? Let's talk Todd Bozeman.
Oh, man. That dude was off the chain. The coach of Morgan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was off the hook. Man, and they played an awesome game. That game went into overtime, and Coppin managed to pull that one out, too. So they got their second win of the season. It was
really
great.
took over that overtime, too.
Yeah.
They built up a 6-point lead or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, they came out with fire. I mean, it was clear that Morgan had, ran out of gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome.
I noticed you toned down your easy money in the men's game, because in that women's game, every time you got excited for a shot, they missed.
Right.
You were like, go in. No.
Right. No. How many times it would jack up a 3 and I'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, dong.
You're like, that's going in, airball.
Right. Yeah, but we had a good time with the folks out at Coppin, man, and we really appreciate them, man. And hopefully they'll let us come back. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, it was cool. It was real cool. So, let's keep things moving. We got our hometown hero for the week.
Hero.
We're going to take it to the realm of tennis because, of course, we have the Australian Open going on right now. We might talk a little more about that in the next few minutes if we have time. But there is a player, young man, I think he just turned 20. He's like barely 20 for real.
Yeah.
That was competing in the Australian Open out there in the Down Under. His name is Francis. I'm going to have a spicy moment. I already know. Tiafoe. Woo! All right. Nice. Yeah, Francis Tiafoe, who is actually from College Park.
College Park, Maryland?
Yeah, and he was out there in Australia representing the United States of America with his awesome racket and his swift feet. But he has a pretty amazing story.
Yes, he does.
His parents came from Africa, and his father had been working at the, what was it called? The Junior Tennis Champion Center, which is right outside of D.C.
He was actually a day laborer that helped construct it.
Yeah.
And then he got a job later as a janitor there.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. So I guess somewhere along those lines, little Francis took on a liking to tennis and, sharpened up his skills. And I do know right now, they have this ranking called the Next Gen 100. Mm-hmm. Which is supposed to be like, I guess, the next generation of stars. He's number 6 on that list.
Wow.
So we are expecting big things. Yeah. We're expecting big things from this brother. He was out there, like I said, he was out there in Australia, and I believe his first match was again. He got a tough draw. It was against
Juan Martin.
Yeah, Del Potro. Yeah, and for people who aren't familiar with this gentleman. This guy has won the U.S. Open in the past. So, I mean, that was a formidable opponent for somebody, with his level of experience and his age, too. I'm pretty sure he was, probably looked like a deer in headlights at a couple of points during the match. But, he's making his way. One of his first slams, which is pretty amazing. And he's from home. So I thought that was worth talking about this week.
Yeah, and I think he's already ranked like number 81 overall.
Yeah. He's making his way. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to the rest of the season. You know what I mean? Like, he got the first major of the year under his belt. Let's see what happens when it's time to get down to, like, Wimbledon or, the U.S. Open. Because I'm going back out there. You know what I mean? When he actually gets on, hard court and he's in he's back at home and maybe feeling a little more comfortable. It'll be interesting to see how far he'll go.
Yep.
So we'll keep an eye on him throughout the rest of the season, man. We definitely got him on the watch. So shout out to Francis Tiafoe, hometown hero. See how I rhyme that? Up next, what do we have? We have our WTF moment of the week. So we have two this week because, one WTF went down just a couple of hours ago. Yep. We were just like, holy crap. So the first one happened, actually, I believe this incident happened the night of our show.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, I think it was the night of our show. And we're talking about NBA beef, y'all. I know y'all heard about this beef between the Clippers and the Rockets. Clippers and Rockets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Clippers and Rockets played, what was it, Monday night. And you guys know that Chris Paul used to play for the Clippers. And apparently there's still some hard feelings there or something like that. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't understand why. Isn't this his second year with the Rockets?
I think so.
Right. What the hell? Yeah, he was from last year, right?
I think so.
I don't know, but they had an attitude last week. And there was some chippy play. There was a little pushing, a little shoving. Austin Rivers, got into the mix a little bit. Blake Griffin got into the mix a little bit. Apparently, D'Antoni said that Blake Griffin gave him a little shoulder bump one time while he was going down the court, which I think is kind of funny. How you going to shoulder bump the coach as you playing a game?
I don't like D'Antoni, so he could put him on his ass.
So there was a lot of things going on during the game. I think there might even have been a little confrontation here and there. It was a scrappy game in a nutshell. And after the game, everybody still had emotions. Everybody was still in their feelings. Like these kids nowadays just can't seem to get out of their feelings. Leave it on the court, yo.
Well, they tried to take it somewhere else.
Yeah. So, Chris Paul, who, was pretty familiar with the arena because they were in L.A., he rounds up James Harden and rounds up crazy-ass Trevor Ariza and said, I'm going to take y'all through the back hallway and we're going to go to the locker room. So, that's what they did. Right. So, they go to the locker room. Trevor Ariza apparently bum rushes the locker room. Just charges the room up in there, and they all like, holy shit. And then they get really afraid because I guess Trevor Ariza's a gangster. And apparently Chris Paul is a gangster too because they called the police on them.
Damn.
Yeah. And I think we did. I posted on our show page. There was a reporter, a TNT reporter in there. At the time, it was this girl, and she gave her little recap of what happened. And it was so funny because she was so serious. She was just like, yeah, there was some fighting ensued. There were some words, and someone alerted the authorities. Yo, Charles Barkley, Shaq, and them lost their shit on the air and just busted out laughing. Like, who the hell is afraid of Chris Paul? But look, y'all don't go anywhere. When we come back, right, shots fired, that's what we do. We're going to finish up our WTF and talk a little bit about the RC Open. Just a bit outside.
Artists exchanged. The artists exchanged. The artists exchanged. The artists exchanged.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait. Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend,
Unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
It's time for flashback.
Now, I'm not gonna say all Aries don't know, but
it's just the one you had. That was
just the one, you know.
Huh.
But it's always something that you can.
Go ahead, so can you recollect any signs that you might like get right?
October 15th or 16th. What is that?
And Libras.
See, I've had some good Libras and I had one really bad Libra, but he was white, so he f***ed his back anyway. So I don't.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Demonstrate. You got to demonstrate the back.
No. Ain't no way.
Not the nerve. How they bust? Boy, show how they bust.
And then want to cry afterwards. I mean, what the f*** is the point of the tears? I mean, I can see you shake, yeah, and shake it off real quick. But you crying? F*** out of here.
What was he crying for?
Cause baby, this pussy make that. You in? I got that good nasty bitch. The shade.
McLean's Couch every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, outsiders. Yo, it's Keish. It's Mark. We're in the building Monday night. So when we left off, we were giving our WTF moment of the week, and we were talking about the beef between the Rockets and the Clippers, and authorities got involved. Of course, nobody went to jail, but it was pretty crazy. There were a couple of conversations after the fact, I believe, between Trevor Ariza and Austin Rivers, and they supposedly squashed the beef. But when this happened, I came to find out that Austin Rivers isn't liked in the league, which I thought was kind of funny.
There's always been talk about that. And,
really? I never heard that.
Nepotism because of his dad.
He's like a little shit with an attitude. Like, and it was so funny because when Chris Paul got traded, I told Jimmy, I was like, man, I know Austin Rivers got the evil grin, rubbing his hands together like, yes, all mine. But, yeah, man, I mean, he's off the hook. He's off the hook, apparently. So, yeah, that was crazy. So, you got the second WTF of the week, right?
Yeah, it just came through not too long ago, like we said. But Timberwolves, they let go of Jason Kidd as coach. I can't look at the article now, but his overall record was like 138 and 142 over 4 years.
Yeah, but this season they were 23 and 22.
Yeah.
23 and 22. I mean, they were sitting, I believe they're currently sitting in 8th in the Eastern Conference, which, if we go by our standards, if we go out by our bar, it's pretty low. Because we had them in our top 3 at the beginning of the season. They just made the move to get Bledsoe, which was a good pickup for them. I mean, how do you feel about that? I think Kid's getting a tough break here.
Yeah, and he's one of my favorite all-time players. So, I got to separate the player from the coach.
Right.
But like you said, they're above 500. They're in a playoff spot. I think the East Coast is going to be really competitive this year. I mean, it has been so far. Last year, there was a lot of teams, especially in the West, that were under 500 that made the playoffs. That's not going to be the case in the East, I don't think. I don't know. I really don't know the Timberwolves thinking here.
The Bucks. But
the Bucks.
Well, what I can say is, prior to him getting to Milwaukee, they were not a good franchise. Okay, they weren't a good team, and I believe they went to the playoffs last year, didn't they? Yeah,
I think so.
They did. They went to the playoffs last year. You're still kind of sitting in playoff contention this season. I feel like, do you feel like the NBA owners kind of jumped the gun when it comes to firing these coaches? Because I remember how Kevin McHale all of a sudden just up and got fired. It was like, dude. And then the other dude
from
this
Memphis.
season.
From Memphis.
Yeah, he coached 3 damn games. They fired him. Was it Earl Watson?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was Earl Watson. I liked him too. You want them to come in? Nah, not yet. We got them on the next segment. Y'all sit tight back there. Yo, our guests are so eager to come on and chop it up with us. It's crazy. But yeah, so, do you feel like that they jumped the gun a little early with the firings in the NBA?
Definitely. And then we talked about that when Watson got let go. Because the NBA is unlike any other league. Football, they wait till the end of the season.
Right.
Hockey, I don't know. I don't know if hockey lets people go during the season. I don't pay enough attention to it. But yeah, NBA, they just let go of anyone anytime.
Right. They have no loyalty, no love, and they will embarrass you. They will embarrass you. But yeah, and apparently Giannis is pretty upset about this. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy. I'm still kind of surprised about that. 'Cause when you text me, I was like, get out of here. Like,
yeah.
Whew. And was Kid the GM as well, or?
I don't think so. I think he was just coach.
Okay. All right. I was wondering about that. Yeah. So those were our 2 WTF moments of the week, man. The Milwaukee one is still a little fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be very interesting. Well, I can say this for sure. They won't be in our top 3 at the end of the season. So, honestly, I don't think they will. They got a new guy. I believe it's an assistant coach that they promoted up to replace Kid, and there's gonna be some work to be done there, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, and like I said, I feel like you got the short end of the stick. It was a young team. It had no veteran leadership. I felt like, that wasn't deserved. So, there you have it. WTF moment of the week. How much time we got left, Eric? We'll be sitting on like 1 minute. All right, 1 minute. So, what else we got going on? We have the U.S. Open currently going on right now. I believe, are we in the round?
Australian.
I mean, yeah, Jesus. The Australian Open. Are we in the round of 16?
I think so.
I believe it's the round of 16. And we have a few Americans left in the hunt. Uh-oh. Giants hire the Vikings offensive coordinator as the head coach. Oh my goodness, all kinds of crazy shit going on today. All right, well, when we come back, we have our guests. We got Coach Dwayne Burrows and Genesis Lucas, Coppin State, coming in and chop it up with us. Y'all stay tuned.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community, many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home, and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunities and succeed. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside radio show on BeExposedRadio.com. Listen to us on the TuneIn app, the Radio Loyalty app, YouTube, and hopefully we'll be back on Facebook.
Yeah, we're working on Facebook right now. But look, you guys, we got people in the building. We got Coppin in the building. Let me do a little dance for y'all real fast. We have the Genesis Lucas. I mean, she is like killing the MEAC right now. And we have Coach Dwayne Burrows, you know, the mastermind behind it all. He's out there orchestrating it all. And we got him in the building, y'all. So, Eric, let's give him a hand, baby. So welcome, guys. Welcome. And good to see y'all again. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. So, y'all ready to do this interview?
Yes.
Yeah. You shaking off all them nerves? All right, Mark, let's go.
For the listeners, I guess first, you're in your second season. How did you manage to become the coach of Coppin?
I was at the University District of Columbia in D.C. as a head coach there, and I talked to Coach Brown a year earlier, and he told me that he was about to retire. He was, the previous coach at Coppin. I said, well, just let me know if you're definitely going to retire, and I was going to apply for it. I applied for it. I was lucky enough to get the position.
Fantastic, fantastic. You've had a pretty extensive coaching career prior to coming to Coppin. You coached at a couple of high schools as well.
That's St. Paul School for Girls,
yes.
Northwestern High School, Woodlawn High School, where I had a really good run at Woodlawn High School for about 5 or 6 years. Won a couple county championships, got to a state championship game a couple times, and it was fun. It was fun, but at one point it was time for me to move on. I ended up being assistant coach at Bowie State University for a couple of years, and then I left there and went to the University District of Columbia, and now I'm here at Coppin.
So is it? I mean, of course, you know, the platform is bigger, but are there any major differences between coaching at the high school level and at the college level? And is there any difference in philosophies or approach, you know?
Actually, a lot of the philosophies that I use are stuff that I use in high school.
Okay.
You know, and we just fine tune it and we just run things a little bit better on a collegiate level. You know, but it's tough, and I really enjoy coaching the women's game because as a coach, you really got to get into it and you really got to be involved. You know, it's great to have some athletic ability, but you really got to, you know, explain to kids what you want done.
Absolutely.
How does it feel to coach at the college that you played for?
Well, I actually didn't play at Coppin. I actually played baseball at Coppin.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I played baseball at Coppin from 86 to 90. And then, but while I was there, I was the women's basketball team manager.
Okay.
I was one of the managers on the basketball team and for the women's team. And actually, the first team that won the MEAC championship in '91, I was with that team.
Wow. So, what position did you play on the baseball team?
Pitcher.
Really?
Really? Pitcher. Yes. Yes.
Maybe we could use him on the Orioles today.
We need some pitching.
Hey, we need all the help we can get, man. I ain't lying. I'd put my grandmama out there at this point. Go ahead, Mark.
Like I said, it's your second season. What is the piece that you feel you need most to bring Coppin back to the NCAA tournament?
We just got to keep working hard as a team. Of course, we always want to get better at every position. You know, but I just think right now we need our post position. We could get better at our post position, and I think once we get that established, our guards are playing extremely well right now. Our post players are coming along and they're getting better. And our goal is to win our conference championship this year and get back to the NCAA tournament.
There you go.
Fantastic. Good.
How has Chance and Genesis games matured this season?
They've come a long way. You know, actually, we've come a long way as a team itself. But with Jen and Chance, they pretty much lead us. They're our leaders. As much as Chance doesn't want to believe that she's a leader, she is. Our post players follow what Chance do. If she's working hard, then they're going to work hard. And the same thing with Genesis. She's a fantastic leader for us for the last 2 years, and she's just getting better and better each and every day.
And she was first team.
First team all conference last year. And Chance was rookie of the year for the conference last year.
Right. Yes. And I think she's fifth in rebounding?
Fifth in rebounding.
Yeah.
Well, she's second in rebounding.
This year she's second in rebounding? Okay, last year she was fifth. Right, okay.
Yes. And which was great for a freshman to come
right in.
And even this year as a sophomore, she should be first or second in every game for the most part. So I just want her to be a little bit more consistent. you know, I just think that's a maturity level with her. So, like I said, she's a great kid, and she's getting better every day.
Well, this question is for Genesis. Now we're going to throw you into the fire. Now you're in here. Okay. So you're in the top 10 in almost every stat category for Coppin, right?
Mhm.
So obviously you're a beast and you're super nice at everything. But, you know, this is your senior year, and, you know, we're kind of on the second half of the season, right? It's about to come to a close. Is there any area of, you know, basketball that you would like to improve in?
I have to say, like, getting my teammates involved more. Like,
Mhm.
I want at least 10 assists every game.
Okay, okay.
So, I mean, of course they got to make the shot, but I want to get them involved and set them up where they can make the shots.
See, I love that. Now, that's the type of basketball I'm talking about. Hey, good job. That's what's up. That's what's up. So what would you say is the strongest aspect of your game?
Getting to the basket.
Yeah.
I can score whenever I want.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that on Saturday. And also, what's it like to be a leader, you know, on Coppin's team? 'Cause you're one of the smaller ones.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a good feeling for real. Like,
Yeah.
my teammates look up to me and they come to me when they like need help with something, and it feels good to be able to help them.
Yeah, awesome, awesome.
You're climbing the list, like she said. You're in the top 10 for almost all the stats. You're in 8th place for scoring. Is number 1 your goal?
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh.
How many games do you guys have left?
12 or 13, I believe.
12. Okay. Okay. All right.
Has it changed? Are you still 8th, or is it higher now?
I think she's still 8th for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I was saying we gotta look at. We had the stat sheets.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steve. He gave us like we got all.
does a great
Yeah,
job.
he does
He
a
does a great
fantastic job of letting us know all about how awesome you are.
Shout out to Steve.
Yeah. Coach, do you view the women's game any differently from the men's game? I mean, what appeals to you about the women's game as a coach?
I enjoy coaching, and I just think on the men's side, the guys are so athletic. And
Mhm.
sometimes you can stick the guys out there and just let them play.
Mhm.
And you can do that with the women as well. I just think on the women's side, you have to do a little bit more coaching,
Mhm.
which means I have to do a lot more homework.
Mhm.
You know, I have to tell my kids all the time, they watch film, but I watch film till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And then get up for 6 o'clock practice.
Right.
So by the time while you guys are sleeping, I'm studying and trying to get better. I talk to some mentors that I have out here, and they teach me as well on what I should and shouldn't do in different situations, which really helped me out.
So you would say more strategic?
Yes.
Yeah. Dig it. Mark?
I just want to make a comment on Saturday's game. Like you mentioned Genesis's leadership earlier, how that's one of the places she matured. And I noticed in the first half there was like some basic mistakes, I guess. Some traveling calls seemed to be an issue. And the second half, you guys really rectified that situation. You guys were down by 8 at one point, and then that's when I saw Genesis just take over. Like it was an amazing game.
That's the great part about having Genesis out on the floor. She becomes a leader amongst her peers, and you know when she knows it's a clutch situation, she can take over a game, and that's like against Morgan, which is a fantastic team. When we go play Baylor and Missouri, and some of the top teams in the country as well, she does the exact same thing with them, and it's good that we can look to her for that, you know. But it was also great the other day at the game when she was, unfortunately enough, she fouled out. That the other kids stepped up and played extremely well as well. So, you know, and like I said, a lot of that comes from the way she goes hard in practice, and they go hard at each other in practice. So when it came time for someone else to step up, it wasn't that big of a deal.
You want to shout out any of your teammates?
Shout out to all my teammates. I love y'all.
Hope they watching. So Genesis, what's next for you?
That's a good question. I mean, I would love to go play at the next level, but I mean, if that doesn't work, then I don't really know. Because basketball is what I've been playing for the last years. Like, I've been playing basketball since I was 5.
Right. You ever thought about coaching?
No, not really. I don't think I'd be a good coach.
Temper or?
Yeah, kinda.
Did you see Coach Bozeman from Morgan?
My temper not as bad as his.
Yeah, that dude was off the chain. We were literally looking at him like, huh, okay.
Yeah, my temper not as bad as his, but hopefully I'm blessed enough to go to the next level.
Yeah, we hope so too, because man, like, you know, watching you is just, you know, your game is nice. Game is nice. So like how you attack the basket, you know, you got that killer instinct that we all love to see, you know, and the leadership as well. So we definitely, you know, wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank you.
What kind of a legacy do you want to leave at Coppin State?
I want to be.
Shit, I think it's all she done already did that. I mean,
I want to be known as one of the best point guards to come through Coppin State.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I want to end up with Player of the Year after this season. I want to be at least top 5 in scoring. Like, I just want to be known as great.
Yeah, well, I think you've already got that in the bag, you know, because, I mean, to see that you are, like I said earlier, in the top 10 of every stat is just, like, that's impressive. You know, that's impressive. I mean, like, rebounds, too? Like, it's crazy. That's crazy. It's nuts. All right, so let's get to the fun part of the interview. We do this thing with our guests called the Just a Bit Outside Fave 5. We give you guys topics, and you give us your favorite 5 on the category. All right? The category ain't on there, so it's going to be a surprise. Oh, or is it? I think I did. Oh, all right. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna embarrass Coach. I'm gonna give him. We want to know what 5 musical artists do you have in rotation right now? And you have to be completely honest. That's right. See, I told you. I got you. We gonna have some fun.
Who you got?
I have no idea at this point.
Man, come on. I know you got some Al Green going on.
Actually, you just threw me for a whole blank. I'm drawing a blank.
Who you was listening to on the way over here?
No one. I was on the phone talking about a recruit.
Oh man! All right, well let's flip that to Genesis then. Let's get lit. Who you listening to these days?
Well, I mean, a lot of people tell me I sound like Beyonce, so you know, Beyonce.
We're gonna have a sing along. Next we're going to the next segment. Sing along.
Drake.
Okay.
I like Gucci Mane.
You like Gucci?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Gucci. P&B Rock. And I don't know a 5th one.
You don't like K-Dot?
Nah.
My heart.
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Oh, everybody,
Cardi B.
That's like everybody's go-to right now. Cardi B. Okay.
She hot right now.
Yeah.
I even played at the arena the other day. So.
Yeah.
Cardi B.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna flip another one back to you, Coach. You got it. You got to answer this one, man. Your favorite 5 all-time basketball players, male or female.
You better say me.
Ah!
Magic Johnson.
All right.
Dr. J. Michael Jordan. Genesis Lucas.
Okay.
Since I'm being forced to say it.
You get a 6th.
I like LeBron.
Okay.
I like LeBron James and Larry Bird.
Okay.
Great shoe.
You shaking
I'm
your head.
sorry.
No
Ray
Kobe?
Allen as well.
Oh.
Ray Allen as well.
See, I knew I liked her.
Kobe?
For a reason. Okay. All right, what's your top
Allen
5?
Iverson, John Wall, Kyrie.
Those are your 5?
Yeah.
Kobe, Allen Iverson, John Wall,
Allen Iverson.
Kyrie. You got one. You need one more.
Me.
I know that's right. Okay. She took a little Cardi attitude with that one. She self-promoted. She was self-promoting. I like that. But yes, Kobe is the best of all time, is he
Definitely.
Right. I'm a big Kobe fan. Like, yo, I love Kobe.
Growing up, I used to tell like everybody that Kobe was my dad. Sometimes my mom go along with it too.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's awesome.
That is hilarious. Let me ask you this. Who do you think is the closest to Kobe? And I mean like style of play, attitude.
Like currently?
Yeah, currently.
Nobody.
Nobody? Not even Russell Westbrook. You don't like Russell Westbrook? Oh, she done broke my heart all over again.
Westbrook's on a whole other level of crazy, though.
Yeah, he is. He is.
But just like Kobe, he can take over a game when he needs to.
Yeah. I like his eye of the tiger, man. You know, he's kind of like my new Kobe right now. I'm a big Russell Westbrook fan. Russell Westbrook fan. Hey, Eric, how much time we got? 1 minute? All right. Well, I'm hoping that you guys will stick around and maybe talk a little bit of NBA with us for the next segment. Sure. Y'all cool with that?
Okay.
All right, cool. And in the meantime, when is the MEAC tournament?
March 5th through the 12th.
March 5th and the 12th. And where is that?
Norfolk, Virginia.
All right, you guys. MEAC tournament, March 5th, March 12th, Norfolk. What was that, Norfolk State?
Norfolk, Virginia, not the scope.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Nice. So Coppin will be out there and the rest of the MEAC tournament, cheering them on. I don't know, maybe we'll have to travel down there. Yeah, we can road trip, fill up the car with some beers, go. But not drink and drive though, but like, yeah, right. We'll wait till we get there. All right, you guys, when we come back, we're gonna talk the NBA, we're gonna talk LeBron, what's going on with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we'll also talk a little bit about Houston too, with Genesis and Coach Burrows. You guys don't go anywhere, just a bit outside.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story, adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. Public service
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com. You're listening to us on TuneIn app, Radio Loyalty app, YouTube, and hopefully back up on Facebook Live. Sitting here with Coach Dwayne Burrows and Genesis Lucas of Coppin State University, and we asked a lot of questions, and I just want to thank you again for Coppin State for having us out to the game, because that was such a great game to watch.
Yeah. And like I said, that's a big tradition in the city of Baltimore. Mark's from Arizona, so he's he's getting a little taste of everything. Yes. And it's so funny because we were out there. My folks came out too, and she's like, "Is Mark all right? Mark all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, Mark, we good. We in the hood, we good. We all gravy, baby. It's all gravy down here."
I had my son with me.
Yeah, we had a ball.
College game, yeah. So.
Hope you enjoyed it. It was definitely 2 good games.
Yeah. I felt like y'all showed off for us, for real.
It's funny too, cause like he's 8, so like he's into video games and everything, and he's like, whenever I wasn't looking at the phone, I'd look up and I really liked the games. And there was a really cool moment where the ball like went over to where we were, and I was like, "Hey, go get the ball." And it's kind of cool to see him like hand the ball to the player. Yeah, I was like, that's cool. Love it. Maybe it sparked a little something in him.
Right.
Yeah.
Hope, is he watching tonight?
Probably not.
He's probably on the phone playing game. Right. All right. Well, we're gonna talk a little bit about the NBA. There's a lot of going. I mean, you're never short of drama in the NBA. I feel like. So the Cavs are kind of in a bit of turmoil right now. Would you say turmoil? Is that a good word to use?
I'm not gonna say that.
I'm gonna say it. And LeBron has made some comments, about the team. He's made pretty much in a nutshell has said, if we continue like this, we would be out the first round of the playoffs. He said that, I believe that was like post-game like interview. So everybody, it was pretty national.
Yeah.
Those were pretty bold remarks. And, I'm always asking questions about the Cavaliers and everything, I feel like. But I feel like the Cavaliers are kind of hanging on by a thread right now. And we were sitting here talking offline to Coach, and, I kind of asked him, what do you think the Cavs need to do to get back on track?
Just to come together as a team. Mm-hmm. So maybe something behind the scenes that we really don't know about. Mm-hmm. But I think LeBron is a leader. Mm-hmm. And I think what he's trying to do, he made the comment, is get his team refocused, so they can make this run down the stretch. Mm-hmm. But with LeBron on your team is one of the best people who ever played the game, it's hard to count his team out.
Absolutely. Genesis, I mean, you're a leader of your squad. You kind of like it. You like the LeBron of your team, if you will. Do you agree with his approach or with that approach? I mean, there are several, when it comes to leadership, there are several avenues that players take. Some are vocal and like to, I guess they feel as though they're sparking or igniting something by making comments, public comments. There are others who like to handle things in-house, in the locker room per se. Like, what approach, do you have, and do you agree with LeBron's approach, with his recent comments?
Well, I definitely don't think he should have said that. Like,
I'm with you.
I mean, you basically just told everybody that you don't have no confidence in your team. Mm-hmm. So you can't expect them to respect you and have confidence in you. So I feel like he should have handled that, like, in the locker room as a team meeting or something.
Is that your approach? I mean, do you like that? I mean, do you like to handle things in-house or, maybe out on the court while y'all are playing? Like, do a little... Come on, girl. I don't know. like, what is your approach?
In-house.
Yeah.
I think y'all business should be between just y'all. Like, the outsiders don't need to know what's going on for real.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's talk about the Houston Rockets a little bit. So they got James Harden back. They're feeling themselves right now. They recently beat the Golden State Warriors, which is, it's impressive. Okay. That's good. But Clint Capella was feeling himself, off the win. And, he sounded off, post-game, interview saying that they could beat the Warriors. They're ready for the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. Do you guys believe him? Mark, do you believe Clint? I mean, do you think that they're actually ready?
I like the Warriors, too. Like, I think they can. I picked Houston last year.
You did.
I think I really doubt if Golden State's going to be able to keep this core together after this season. So I think Houston's definitely coming up. They're gonna take over the West.
What do you think, Coach?
Well, if he doesn't believe that they're going to win, then who will? You know, and you got to put yourself out there to say, okay, in order for us to be the best, we got to beat the best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and coming out of that West is going to be really tough, though.
Yeah.
Coming out of that West is going to be extremely tough.
I feel like if you're going to be in the West and you want to be the best, you got to be able to play some defense, right?
Yes.
Like, I mean, Houston, though, is a bit of an anomaly because I did hear an interesting stat over the weekend that there's been 10 times this season that they've scored at least 40 points in one quarter. So, you know, that's a kind of a different approach, you know, that they can take, you know, I guess just kind of outscore you, and they can do it, obviously, because they're one of the highest scoring teams in the league. But, you know, I feel ultimately when you're, you know, getting deep into the playoffs and trying to get to the championship, you know, defense is what gets you there. What do you think?
Definitely. They're going to need to play some defense, especially if you want to beat the Warriors. Like, they
Right.
got KD, Steph,
Right.
Klay Thompson,
Draymond. Who's going to handle Draymond? That's what I want to know. Like, who
Nobody
won
can handle
Right,
Draymond.
who on the Rockets can handle Draymond? You know what I mean? Like, and I've always been a little bit critical of D'Antoni's style of coaching because I feel like he doesn't coach defense.
Right.
You know, and that's just evident no matter where he goes. When he was in Phoenix, when he was in
LA.
You know, in New York, Christ Almighty. But you know, so I mean, it'll be interesting to see if that style of play can hold up. I mean, I'm old school. I was watching, you know, basketball in like the late '80s, early '90s. So I love gritty basketball. I love, you know, good defense. You know, I'm not a big fan of jacking up threes all the time. I know y'all love to do that. But, I mean, I just be pulling my hair out half the time because, you know, I feel like everybody can't do what the Splash Brothers do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we're in the day and age of copycat leagues and teams and whatnot, and I feel like everybody tries to do that. I'm just waiting for the times to shift to when the big man and the post play really becomes big again. I mean, I know you can appreciate that. Like, he's in there like, yes. So, who do you guys think is going to come out of the Western Conference?
I'm going to go Golden State once again.
Yeah, once again.
They have so many different weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Not just one or two people, but 4 or 5 people to score the ball for them. And that's what's going to take to get out of the West.
Okay.
They can lock down and play defense when they want to.
All right, Genesis, what do you think?
I'm going to have to agree with him. Golden State.
Yeah, you think they're going to do it again? Man, I hope not. I'm tired of them. Looks like we're about out of time, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us and for the awesome interview. Hope we can come watch y'all play again, man, because we really enjoyed ourselves.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll be able to have you guys back before the season is out.
Definitely.
Come check y'all out at the MEAC, too.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, you guys, there you have it. Genesis Lucas, Curtis Burrows in the building. Just a bit outside. When we come back, we're going to talk NFL. What the hell happened this weekend? All right. Don't go anywhere.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Monty about Jennifer Holliday.
Anyway, let's get back to...
Yeah, well, what I wanted to say is that I can understand 100% where Jennifer Holliday is coming from, and that's sort of kind of where my 20% came from. When I basically came out and said who I voted for, I received a lot of backlash. Even on my own talk show, which comes on every Monday from 5 to 7 p.m., I was called a coon. Okay, yeah, shout out for the plug. But yeah, someone actually, you know, they told CJ Burney that I was a coon, and that really hurt me. I've been called everything from a fat whatever and everything, but someone actually commented on his
So
Facebook
I didn't even say that. That's kind of
called
rough.
me a coon, but it's
coon?
like I like you. It's crazy because I just feel like someone like Jennifer Holliday. I understand why she stepped down, but I'm kind of upset with her because I think she still should have performed. You know, if you're gonna jump out there.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, you guys. Just a bit outside. Kescia, Mark in the building. Man, what a great interview with Genesis and Coach Dwayne, man. They're really cool, really
They're
down
fun.
to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of fun. Lots of fun. Maybe next time when Genesis comes back, we'll do a sing-along since she loves to do Beyonce.
She said that she sounds like her.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, you know, she does her best Beyonce impression. I'm about to challenge her on that.
I'll say, like, you know, how up on herself she was.
Yeah.
You could tell, like, she was humble, too. Like,
Yeah.
You know, she may have been talking very, what's the word?
Self-promoting.
Confident, yeah. Self-promoting.
Yeah.
But she didn't come off that way at all. Like, she didn't come off as cocky or...
Well, just like Coach said, if you don't believe in yourself, who will?
Exactly.
You know, and I made a post about that last week. Like, if you don't believe in yourself, who will? I like that. But yeah, well, you know, so that was a lot of fun, and hopefully they will come back before the season is out because I'd like to cover them for that MEAC. Yeah,
right.
That's gonna be some good basketball in the month of March. Yeah.
Tournaments
so,
are fun.
Huh?
Tournaments are fun to go to, too.
Yeah. Can you imagine, man? We gotta work on that. So, I mean, what else is going on with the in the NBA? I do know that the Wizards are looking good. Let's take a few minutes to talk about, we're going to talk about Russell Westbrook and Thunder. It seems like they're starting to turn that corner. They're starting to put those pieces together. Would you say that Carmelo Anthony recently embracing and accepting his new role was a benefit to the team and, produced immediate results?
Yeah, we kind of touched on it when Coach was in here.
Right.
I can't remember if we talked about it at the beginning of the season. Like you said, it didn't seem like there was enough balls to go around, but you knew Melo was going to be the one that would have to alter his game the most. Not necessarily take a backseat, but obviously, you got a leader like Westbrook, and Carmelo was going to have to figure a way to still contribute to the team and not be the focus, and he's doing it. I think he's embracing it pretty well, and they could win the championship this year. They're really.
I'll entertain that. I will definitely entertain that because, as I was saying offline, I feel like this is the actual first time that they have the complete team. And believe it or not, I feel like them keeping Steven Adams was really like the major key piece. Because, you already had Westbrook. You got Steven Adams, who was a tremendous defensive presence. And they just kind of built around that. And the pieces of, Paul George and Carmelo Anthony, it was a little shaky. But now we're starting to see the vision. And now, and I said this offline, I was starting to look at head coach Billy Donovan with a side eye a little bit because, maybe I was being a little bit impatient. I just wanted to see those immediate results. But, I felt like Billy Donovan has had no shortage of talent come through on the the Oklahoma City Thunder. You know, and it's always a challenge for a coach, especially when the team is constantly changing. There's a lot of trades. There's a lot of movement. You know, people coming on and off the team. It's always a challenge to kind of find that perfect combination or that perfect scheme or that perfect game plan that fits your team's strengths and weaknesses. And I was kind of questioning them for a little while because, even last year I felt like they had a better team than what they performed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, first round knockout. I mean, I was just like, I was a little disappointed about that. And even with the start of this season, and, like Coach said in the last segment, I mean, we never know what goes on in the locker room or, at these practices or whatnot. But, there are a lot of question marks with the Thunder, but I feel like they're finally getting things together and, maybe Billy Donovan does know what he's doing out there,
Well, just a couple weeks ago, they were like 7th or even 8th in the playoff standings in the West. Now they're up to 5th. They're right behind San Antonio.
Right.
I mean, it's a long season. Coming up on the midway point, All-Star game is just in a few, about 4 weeks sometime?
Yeah.
In November?
Yes.
Or mid-February. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And I think after the All-Star break, just like in baseball, that's when you separate the herd and the teams that are gonna go deep, really make their presence known.
Yeah, I mean they're on a 4-game win streak right now too, so they're definitely feeling pretty confident and feeling pretty good about their position. And like you said, I mean fifth in the Western Conference, and only 3 games behind San Antonio. Yep. So that is definitely attainable. I mean, and you could even set your sights. I mean, you're only 10.5 games out of first. You could chip away at that joint rest of this season. I mean, we're not even at the halfway point yet. So, to me, Oklahoma City Thunder is looking really good. Now, let me ask you this. How surprised are we at the Minnesota Timberwolves right now? I mean, they're sitting at 3rd place in the Western Conference.
I feel we talked about them a little bit.
We did talk about them a little bit. But I feel like they're really starting to establish, like a real presence, starting to establish you need to start throwing us into the mix. It's not just about Houston, San Antonio, and Golden State.
Yeah, they're a younger team.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why people haven't really seen them as coming up.
Right.
But
and they're not really like the flashy team. I honestly, I look at them as a nice blue collar kind of team, kind of similar to kind of like how I view the Wizards. Like, I mean, we have stars. I mean, we know that they have stars and that they can ball, but they're not like the flashy, like out there, like look at me, I gotta be on SportsCenter every week kind of players. But Tom Thibodeau, Tibbs is actually doing a wonderful job out there in Minnesota. I believe this is his second or third year.
I think second.
Second year out there, and they wait a minute, did they still have Ricky Rubio?
I don't know.
I feel like he got. Let's look that up really quickly. But Karl Anthony Towns and Jimmy Butler have been playing, fantastic. They're playing fantastic basketball, and they're reaping the benefits of it. I mean, 3rd place. Do we have it? No. Dude, I can't believe Taj Gibson is still playing in the NBA. Anyway, and getting $16 million. What the hell? $14 million, excuse me. Yeah, so, so would you say that you're surprised? I mean, I'm going to say that I'm surprised. I really didn't have them.
I'm surprised they're so high up. 3rd
place
in the West. I figured they'd be in the playoff hunt. 7th, 8th, maybe 9th looking outside, but pleasant surprise. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How disappointed are we with the Denver Nuggets? I thought they would be a little bit better than what they're performing now. They're actually right on the outside looking in behind the LA Clippers. And yo, what is up with the LA Clippers? did we talk about this too? Like, what is the piece or problem with them to get back to their glory days? You know, like, was it CP3?
They're the Clippers. For the longest time, that was just the excuse.
I mean, the Pelicans and the Trailblazers are ahead of them at this point.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Denver's right behind them, 23-23. I don't know.
I might catch some heat for this, but I'm seriously thinking that Doc Rivers' time is up. Right, look at your face, right?
Well, yeah. I honestly have never been a big Doc Rivers fan. But I know, like, last season you were talking about that.
Yeah.
And you defended him, I think. You wanted him to stay.
Did I?
I can't remember.
Oh, no, because I ain't really a big Doc Rivers fan either. I don't think I defended him. I probably said his time was up because...
I think you said it wasn't his fault because the players were acting like jackasses or something like that. But, yeah. I mean, Doc
and they
Rivers,
had, like, the injuries.
Yeah.
That's probably what I said.
That was like a whole bunch of freak injuries too.
Yeah, with Blake and DeAndre. But as far as the Eastern Conference is concerned, I was saying offline, watch out for the Washington Wizards, man. That's another team that looks like they trying to do a little something. I mean, they're sitting at 5th right now, and they have the Miami Heat, Cleveland Cavaliers, Toronto, and Boston.
Toronto.
Right. Right. Like I keep telling nobody wants to listen to me about this either. You better start taking the Raptors seriously, man. Like, I mean, I feel like this is the year for the underdogs who's never done anything. I mean, look at the Eagles. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles are in the Super Bowl. So that means anything can happen. Like anything. And y'all better start taking the Raptors seriously, man. DeMar DeRozan is balling right now. He is playing at an MVP level. I mean, they're starting to insert him into the conversation.
Hell, look at Celtics. We counted them out at the beginning of the season too with the huge trade.
We did.
I don't think either one of us had in the top 3, and they're just clutching onto that first place spot.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah. And, you know, you talked about the All-Star game a few minutes ago. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with this All-Star game. Because if you don't know, they're doing a new setup this year where they're picking the team captains and the team captains is picking the teams. There's already some drama on there because it was supposed to be LeBron James and Kevin Durant picking the teams, right? And this is why, this is why Kevin Durant is some booty huff, okay? All of a sudden, Kevin Durant decides he don't want to pick the teams.
Really?
So he lets Curry pick the teams, right? Huh. Guess who ain't on the starting team?
Who? Wes? Russell?
Yep. We'll talk more about that in a minute when we come back. We'll also talk about the crazy, wild weekend in the NFL, man, with these conference championships. Don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
Be Exposed Radio.
It's a family affair if you want to look at it that way.
It is. I totally agree, and I believe I believe that this wisdom on the wall is going to be a movement, and that's what I believe we are doing. Is we're creating a movement where people essentially, even after we've presented in these workshops, then they'll be inspired to sort of document some of the things that they've gone through and empower somebody else. So it'll be like a chain effect. So
they'll see that, you know, we were just three women who have gone through various things and experiences in our lives, and we just took the opportunity to sit down, put it in a book, and then it'll be a movement, and then other women will be inspired to do the same thing. Let me tell you, we are better together. We are so much better together, family. I'm telling you, when we band together, put our resources and our experiences together, we can create a movement, and that's what it's about, inspiring people to do more than what they may currently see of their own lives, that they can do so much more. So yeah.
You are exactly right.
The Inspired Radio Show. Tune in every Wednesday from 7
The Artist
to 9
Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously, because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, and I was thinking, like, you know,
The Artist Exchange Radio.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know you're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, you guys, to Just a Bit Outside. Same hosts, same folks. Me and Mark in the building. We were just talking about the NBA. We did a little discussion on the Western Conference, and we had just begun to discuss the Eastern Conference a little bit. We were talking about the Washington Wizards and how they are also like the Oklahoma City Thunder, turning the corner, kind of, because, you know, they had a bumpy start to the season as well. I mean, I felt like every week it was like one week was high, 1 week was low, you know, and then they also had their share of injuries that they were dealing with as well. But if I feel like Scotty Brooks and the Wiz kids are finally, you know, putting it together and ready to make a little push. And the Eastern Conference is a little bit tighter than the Western Conference. Now, between the 3rd, 4th, and 5th spots, which is Cleveland, Miami, and Washington, 1.5 games.
Yeah.
So, you know, you go out there, get you 2-3 wins, and, you know, Cleveland continues to slide or continues their up and down, play, you could very well catapult yourself into that third spot.
Definitely. And
do you think? I mean, do you think the Wizards can do that? Because I mean, honestly, like if you look at the team on paper, you cannot tell me that the Wizards aren't better than the Miami Heat.
Oh, definitely.
Right. Which is, I mean, the Miami Heat are currently one game ahead of them.
And I'll be honest, like I didn't see the Heat doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's had eyes on them since LeBron and everyone left.
Yeah, and I've even heard like a couple of whispers about people saying Spoelstra Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I had no idea he was still coach there, honestly.
Yeah.
They weren't on my radar at all, but he's doing a hell of a job.
Well, I mean, it seems like ever since Dwayne Wade left and Chris Bosh retired, I mean, I know they do have Hassan Whiteside, who is a beast. I mean, he might be the only thing that's holding them together for real down there, because I don't know who else is down there. But I think this is a testament to Eric Spoelstra, because you know what they were saying when they were doing well and when they was winning, that he wasn't really doing anything. That he wasn't really doing any coaching. That the team pretty much did its own thing. And now he's he has 0 star power right now, and another blue collar I'm gonna say it, B-list team, because I mean your biggest brightest star is Hassan Whiteside, which I believe he did go to the All-Star game last year, but I don't know if I wouldn't put him on that top tier.
Yeah, he's not standing along LeBron and Steph.
Exactly, and you're 4th place in the Eastern Conference. So I mean, to me, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, if the playoffs started today, they'd have a home court advantage for their first round game.
Absolutely. So I mean, do you think, especially with everybody being healthy right now, and with how well the Wizards are playing, do they have a spot? Do they have a chance to get to that 3rd spot? And if so, can they stay there?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think we both picked them to finish first in the East at the end of the year, or at the beginning of the year. I don't think they're going to be able to claim that spot, but I think they're definitely going to move up. As long as they keep playing solid, then they're gonna do well. And like you said, Cleveland's sliding. Cleveland's been like up and down all year.
Yeah.
So I think they might as well, or not might as well, but they might end up heading into the playoffs like in the 5th spot.
4th or 5th spot. Yeah. I want to take a after the show, at some point during the week, I want to take a look at the remaining schedule from like now to the All-Star break. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we're in a very critical time. Well, the Cleveland Cavaliers are at a critical, point in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
So like I said, 1.5 game difference between those 3 spots. If that play continues, Cleveland Cavaliers they only won 3 out of their last 10 games.
Damn.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no consistent. Well, I mean, they're consistently losing, and they're not just losing; they're getting their ass beat. You know what I mean? And that is also something that LeBron is not accustomed to.
Yeah.
So I can kind of understand the rants. I can kind of understand the comments. But they could very well go into the All-Star game at like 5 or 6.
Yeah, there's only 6 games separating them in 8th, so they could fall even further. Who knows?
Yeah, and how about the Detroit Pistons? They were in like 2nd place for a long time. Man, they below 8th now. What the hell happened out there? I'm at to check that out, because they were playing some pretty good basketball.
And they were on fire last year.
Yeah. Yeah, like November, December, like like I said, they were in the top 3 for a good little while, but they went on a tremendous slide. I mean, they're on a 5-game losing streak. So, maybe this week we can do a little research to see what's going on with Detroit and have a little discussion about that on the next show. But in the few minutes that we have left, oh shoot, somehow we got ahead of this. Now we're ahead of the schedule. We were behind, now we're ahead. Okay, so I want to do, this is our favorite, I think this is our favorite segment of the show.
Just,
who came through? Yeah. Who came through and who is Booty Huff? In this segment is brought to you by Natasha's Just Brittle. You guys, make sure you go on Facebook. I believe she's on Instagram as well. Natasha's Just Brittle online candy stores. She's got your hookup for Valentine's Day. That's right around the corner. Make sure you hook up your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your dog. I don't know.
Kids.
Yeah. You know, your boss, your teacher. If you want to get that extra credit, get her some brittle. Get them some brittle. You know what I mean? And so she's available, and she's also in Whole Foods as well. So make sure you check out Natasha's Just Brittle. So Mark, who do you have for the come through?
Who came through, without a doubt? Arizona Wildcats represent Nick Foles, quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. He put on an absolute clinic yesterday. Passer rating over 100. His total QB rating was like 96.8. Didn't throw any interceptions, no turnovers, and dismantled the Minnesota Vikings, who we both picked to win.
Right.
38-7, I think, was the final.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, Nick Foles was just on fire. I hope he has another game like that in him. He spread the ball to like 7 different defenders or receivers. And I said last week that the key to the game, I thought, was the running game, because I thought the Minnesota Vikings would be ready for Foles. No, Foles aired that thing out. And they had some huge plays. So Nick Foles, man, he came through in a big way for the Eagles.
Absolutely. I'm going to agree with you on that one. Eric, how much time do we have left? 1 minute? Okay, that's enough time for me to do my who came through. My came through pick was also on the Eagles, but I'm going to go with the Eagles defense, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, holding Minnesota to 7 points. Not only did you hold them to 7 points, but that 7 points was scored in the first quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you held them scoreless for the remainder of the game. I mean, Kendricks was popping, Graham was popping. They had a couple turnovers.
Yeah.
And what was like 3 turnovers or something like that. So yeah, that was my pick for who came through. It was really impressive how they, held the team that I thought was going to win pretty much scoreless for the majority of the game.
You still know the Vikings, they were fooling themselves because they did that little curling celebration after their touchdown.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's the way the curling crumbles. You guys, when we come back, we're going to finish talking about the NFL. We're going to have some more updates for you, so don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Be Exposed Radio.
And more money, let them know, like, you're going to get a hit if you do some rap stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, appropriation, like, they be getting that money. I was just about to talk about that too. Appropriation. Is it appropriation when they do? Because Miley Cyrus. Like, think about it. You got like Miley Cyrus. You had Justin Bieber, and you had like even Katy Perry and Pink. You remember? I don't know if y'all remember Pink. 'Cause she used to do like some hip hop stars, some like R&B stuff too. Do you think that's appropriation? Are they taking from the culture without like?
I don't know. Like,
without giving.
The way I look at it is, if it seems forced, then 9 times out of 10 it's not really them. Yeah. So then it's appropriation. You feel me? But if I hear sincerity and the genuineness in what you're doing, and if they decide to label it hip hop, and your skin ain't the typical hip hop skin, you feel me? I can accept it as hip hop, like, cause hip hop is what we do. Like, you feel me? Like, people don't look at it like that, but it is. Like, and Busy B himself told me that. You feel me? Like, rap is a thing that we do. You feel me? And hip hop is something that we live.
Right.
So if you telling me your truth, but your skin and my skin on opposite sides of the barrier, who am I to say that that's not hip hop?
That's true. That's true. Now, and we got a newer person. I don't know if y'all know about this, but we got a new person that's kind of like on that culture too. Well, she's not really new. Fergie. Y'all remember Fergie
from Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah, yo, I heard she got a new album out, and I was Unfortunately, I was listening to this with a female friend of mine, a few weeks ago, and I'm not gonna lie, bro, it's actually pretty good. And I was real surprised, yo. It's like
What's up, guys? It's your boy Shepsworth Bentley, and make sure you guys check out Homegrown Radio every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com. It's new, fresh Baltimore radio.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
I thought you was gonna have my money today.
Man, it is what it is.
Then last week you told me your wife was cooking.
Man, it is what it is.
Then again, I don't think I want your wife cooking.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside radio show on BeExposedRadio.com. You're listening to us on Facebook, YouTube, Radio Loyalty, and TuneIn. I just made Keisha laugh. Hey, before we continue, I just want to give a big shout out to the WWE. Tonight is their 25th anniversary of Raw.
Do that.
25 years to put on a weekly live show is just amazing.
So what special activities they got going on tonight?
Oh, dude, they have like celebrities coming down.
I see the Undertaker gonna be out there.
They got a whole bunch of old guys coming back. Undertaker. There's still rumors he's gonna fight this WrestleMania. I put up on the show page the New Day, Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H doing a lip sync battle with Jimmy Fallon.
That was awesome.
Dude, that Motown Philly, they rocked it.
Yeah, they did.
And then,
they did.
Triple H singing the song from Moana or lip syncing.
That was crazy. I was not expecting that.
Right?
I was not expecting that. That was a lot of fun.
It was hilarious. It was
that
great.
was Moana?
Yeah, it was a song from Moana.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're actually doing Raw live from 2 locations tonight. I forget where their regular arena show is, but then it's also from the Manhattan Center in New York City, which is the very first place they did Raw from. There's going to be matches at both places. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler coming back to call the Manhattan Center matches. It's going to be
Barclays.
Barclays, yeah. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to catching up on it tomorrow on Hulu once I get a chance to watch it.
So what's going on with The Miz?
The Miz.
Says The Miz has been the single biggest catalyst for storylines with WWE. Has he done anything crazy lately?
Not really. He's just been a solid performer.
Okay.
Week in, week out.
Nice. Nice. So that's going on right now, isn't it?
Going down right now. Yeah.
Damn. That's what's up. That's what's up. Is there any UFC fights coming up? I haven't heard.
220 was actually just this past weekend.
Okay.
Miocic and not Carwin. I don't think he's fighting anymore. I forget. It seemed like a pretty good show from what the reviews I read. Actually, a big thing that came out of that was Dana White said that CM Punk, former WWE champion CM Punk, is going to fight again in the UFC, which is kind of surprising after his loss to Mickey Gall in his first fight. But I guess the UFC still wants to see what he can do, so that's cool.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, let's get back into the realm of football. When we left off on commercial break, we gave you guys our who came through picks for the week. So now we're going to do who was booty huff, like who just was straight a disappointment. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have the same pick for the week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too.
Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings.
Yep.
But I want to throw out like an honorable booty huff that it just popped up in my head because everyone's talking about it. The refs for the Patriots-Jaguars game. which I thought it was a great game, competitive game. Couple of questionable calls on their part, though, and the Patriots sneak back in the Super Bowl.
Patriots sneak.
They call it pass interference on the Jaguars, whereas they don't on the Patriots. It was interesting.
Why are we always having controversial calls with the New England Patriots in the postseason?
Did you see that meme that
Riddle
went around?
me that.
Did you see that meme that went around with Tom Brady standing next to the official?
Fix this shit.
It's like we're losing the Jaguars. Yeah, fix this shit.
Yeah, fix this shit. That ain't funny though, man. I don't like that. I don't like that, man. I don't know. And right, yo, I posted this video. It's a Star Wars footage. And hold on, let me see. But it was I posted on my personal page. But it was like actual footage of Tom Brady in the fourth quarter. And yo, it's when Darth Vader, like
the Darth Vader march.
Yep, and he just took on everybody by himself. And they like here you go, right. When Tom Brady is down in the fourth, yo, it's just like taking everybody out as Darth Vader. I'm like, yo, that's basically what happens. Like, yo, when Tom Brady, I mean, as much as I hate him, like, you know, I was saying this earlier at work, you got to respect that Bama, man, because, like, seriously, that is somebody that you seriously, I don't care how far down you are. You know what I mean? He did it last year. He's doing it this year. You know what I mean? He manages to, like you said, sneak back up in there and take the game.
I think they said there's been 5 times they've been down in the fourth, and Tom Brady's brought them back in the playoffs. In the playoffs alone.
Now you know how I feel about that. When them zebras get involved, boy, I mean anything is possible, but that's a whole other show. And then that brings me back to this whole theory about everybody hating each other. Them motherfuckers in love right now.
I thought about you. I thought about you.
What did I say? What did I say? They was all hugging each other, kissing, crying. We going back to the Super Bowl.
And, you know, all week long they were talking about Tom's hand and not telling
more
what the
BS.
injury was, wearing the red gloves. Red gloves.
Somebody should have stepped on that Bama's hand, man. I'm serious, yo. Shots fired, that's what we do.
Did you see his post-game interview?
No.
I think it was when they were accepting the trophies. Like, well, Coach doesn't really like us to talk about injuries, but I had a little cut in my hand. It's like, what? Put some salt in that damn cut.
Philly, please win this game. Like, man, I'm going to call on all of my prayer warriors, man. The Super Bowl's 2 weeks from now, right?
2 weeks, yep.
Because we got the Pro Bowl this Sunday. And outsiders, is anybody out there, is anyone out there watching the Pro Bowl this weekend?
I'm not.
Right.
I haven't watched the Pro Bowl.
Wait a minute, hold up. We can't say that. We are going to cover the Pro Bowl for all of you Pro Bowl fans out there.
Now, what I'll be watching next Sunday night is, actually, we just talked a little wrestling.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble.
Oh, yeah. That's a big deal for you.
First ever women's Royal Rumble. So that's going to be a cool night. That's going to be far more entertaining than the Pro Bowl.
Right. If anybody's out there watching the Pro Bowl, if you have plans to watch the Pro Bowl, please identify yourself on the thread so I can carry you.
Actually, you could write a review of it for us, and that way we can just read that.
I don't know anybody's going to be watching that crap. I think that's like my least favorite of the All-Star games.
Yep. I was just going to say that.
It's like the driest crap ever.
Seriously. I think they should just make it a flag football game.
Oh, shit.
They're not touching each other as it is.
Right.
Quarterbacks might as well wear a red jersey because they're not getting hit. No one wants to get injured.
All right, just for the hell of it, for shits and giggles, who's going to win the Pro Bowl this Sunday? AFC or the NFC?
Is it back to the AFC-NFC format? Because
I believe so.
They tried the whole pick'em teams.
No, that shit was it's an epic fail. And the NBA is about to find out that it's going to be an epic fail. I think it's going to be an epic fail for them too.
Yep.
But who would you go with?
Hey, got to represent the home team. AFC.
Right, man. Right. I mean, you still got the best quarterback in the league on the AFC.
Not that he's going to be playing in it.
Right. And, I mean, shoot, if you want to go with the backup, I mean, who's the backup? Probably Roethlisberger.
Probably.
Yeah. You know, that's legit. and you got some pretty decent running backs coming out of the AFC. You know, so I think I would go with the AFC too. You know, I think the AFC's been pretty dominant on the Super Bowl too the past couple of years, right? Well, I mean, with Patriots winning.
Patriots, yeah.
And then it feel like when it wasn't the Patriots, it was like the Steelers.
What will be the final score of the Pro Bowl?
80-79. Easy money. All right, man. Let's kind of fast forward just a little bit.
We didn't even finish the booty huff, did we? Talk about the Minnesota
Did
Vikings?
we say? Oh shit. Okay,
Well,
so we
I mean,
both agree.
we named it, yeah.
Right, go ahead. You just go ahead and do it.
Case Keenum got like a 28.6 quarterback rating. That's ridiculous. Threw a couple picks. Like Kescia said, like, you know, they scored that one touchdown, then they didn't do shit the whole rest of the game. So booty huff on the Vikings.
And you know, I'm never a big fan of, you know, saying that you're gonna do something. You know, I'm never a big fan of shit talking prior to, you know, championship games. I mean, if you want to do it, okay, you playing with fire with the first round of a playoffs and the second round, but when you get to that real big game, you should really keep your mouth closed, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, your prophecy is not going to be truth. Or you're going to piss the team off to the point where they're going to outperform you.
Yeah.
You know? And I felt like there was a lot of lip going on over there in Minnesota, too, man. It's just like... And then they went out there and just... After the first quarter, my mouth was just open the whole entire time. I couldn't even... And, you know, I had a couple of drinks, too. But I honestly cannot... What the hell happened in the second half, Mark? Like, seriously. Honestly, with the game.
Same thing that happened in the first.
It's just pretty much just the Eagles. Defensive dominance of the Eagles.
Well, yeah, put it the situation in the fourth quarter, where it was 4th and goal at the 8, and the Vikings they thought they got the touchdown on the third, but then it was overruled, brought back 4th down. They could not convert it, and then the Eagles go 92 yards and march it all the way down and get a touchdown again. Like, that's exactly what encompasses the entire night. The Vikings could not execute, and the Eagles did to perfection.
I mean, and how disappointing is that? Like, I mean, we were just in this same room, in these same spots last week, talking about the Vikings and how crazy, you know what I mean? Like, how well they were doing and how the backup was the man, you know what I'm saying? Especially after beating the New Orleans Saints. And for them to just come up and just, I don't even know what the hell happened.
Do you think they were too excited at the prospect of being at home for the Super Bowl, or just they had already assumed that they were going to win?
You know, there was a lot of inexperience on that team as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you could, I don't care. Nerves are a factor.
Yeah.
You know, and you could kind of see it with Jacksonville in the beginning. You could always tell with Jacksonville in the beginning, and then they would, you know, especially with the offense, with like Blake. You know, I felt like he got better as the game went along.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like Philly threw some things at Minnesota that they were not prepared for.
Yeah, I think they approached the whole game that
Minnesota... that's what I'm saying. Like, their game plan, they threw things at them that they weren't, prepared for. It was clear that Minnesota was expecting a certain type of play, and what I think they were expecting to happen was for them to be dealing with the ground game, and that totally did not happen. And I would have expected that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I would not expect them to rely on Foles as much as he did, and then he went and threw 3 touchdowns on you.
Yeah, he got like 359 yards or something.
Exactly.
Like that too. Yeah.
So, I don't know, if it was coaching genius on Philadelphia's side or more so of lack of preparation on Minnesota's side. But it was very clear that they weren't ready for what Philly threw at them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, how much time we got left? We got like 2 minutes. In the final 2 minutes, because next Monday, we're having our all women's panel, so you won't be here next week to talk about the Super Bowl. But let's take the next few minutes to kind of, get your little prediction and your analysis. But, we're going to get you with them extras, too. So, you'll be seeing Mark again.
Eagles. I'm a Patriot hater, proud.
Wow, you think they're going to do it? You think they're going to fly out?
I think so. I hope Foles doesn't let the 2-week layoff affect him too much, and I hope that he can put that game together again. But I will be rooting Eagles all throughout the night that night.
Absolutely. And also, too, I guess a little like added incentive to going with the Eagles. There are 3 former Raven players that are currently on the Eagles. I know it's Ellerby, Torrey Smith.
Corey Graham.
Yep, Graham. So, Philly's Bird Gang, we Bird Gang. Let's hop on the Bird Gang bandwagon, man, and show Philly some love. I think they said that Philly is the biggest underdogs in Super Bowl history.
Really?
So, yes. I don't know exactly what the points are. I'll look it up offline, but they got the work cut out for them. It's going to be an uphill battle. But I don't know, man. I want Philly to win, but it's so hard to count Tom Brady out, man. I'm going to have to do some more analysis over the next week. But y'all wait for my prediction next week. And when we come back, we'll do our final updates, have our feel good, and we're going to wrap this thing up, baby. Just a bit outside.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Exposed Radio.
Let me do that.
There's certain things for everybody.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
There's a time and a place for everything. Maybe if I'm sitting down reading a book and then I'm like, all right, cool. Let me throw this Lupe on, get this real lyrical going on, and maybe I see a whole nother side of something. But if I'm sitting down with a bottle, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. Like, you might turn on the right Lupe song, you feel me? And because I'm drunk, I'm going to get lit for it. Right. But, yeah, for the most part.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Shepsworth Bentley. And make sure you guys check out Homegrown Radio every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com. It's new, fresh, Baltimore radio.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside radio show on BigSpaceRadio.com. Got some scores going for you. In college hoops, we mentioned it earlier, Maryland, they're playing the Hoosiers, 62-64.
Was that women's or men's sports?
That's men's.
Okay.
About 2:46 left in the second, so that's a close one. Let's see here. Suns down 4 against the Bucks.
Wizards are playing right now, right?
Let's see. Yeah, 14-13 against the Mavericks. That one just started. Bulls, Pelicans, 36-47. Pelicans up. Heat and Rockets, 37-30. The Heat. That's in the second quarter.
So no blowouts tonight as of yet.
Not yet. You know, I saw something earlier today, and I thought about you because I know of your love of anime, and I don't know if it's something that would appeal to you. But Netflix, today it dropped. Godzilla Planet of Monsters is streaming today.
Really?
There's been a lot of talk about this, and I don't know if you
really
have you heard about it?
No.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the largest scale Godzilla compared to all the others ever. Godzilla Planet of Monsters. Check it out.
I'm gonna check that joint out. Yes, I love. Y'all might not know this, but I love anime. I love Naruto. Naruto Shippuden. All my Naruto heads out there. What's up? Hey, Eric, that's my man. Yeah, Shadow Clone Jitsu. We big dorks in here, but we love it. All right, so in the last couple of minutes, we got, 2-3 minutes left. Let's wrap this thing up. Let's kind of, what we got coming up?
Well, next week.
Right, yeah.
Women's panel.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, in the few minutes that I have left, you guys might not remember if you guys were tuned in. Our very first show of the season, we said we were going to be doing a lot of different things, some new things. And, you know, for some reason, the ladies, they just love us at Just a Bit Outside. And we have a huge following of women viewers. And, you know, we got a couple of requests for some of our fans out there for an all women's panel. So, I'm all about pleasing the people, and I think it's a pretty good idea. I thought it was a sweet idea. So next Monday we will be hosting our very first all women's panel, and I'm gonna come through for you with the guests. So I might as well go ahead and announce it now instead of wait until tomorrow. We have outsiders. We have some of our favorites coming back for a visit. We have Deandra Duggins of the Baltimore Ravens. She works in the Ravens organization, and we have my very good friend and family member of Just a Bit Outside, Jana Brooks, who works for the Maryland Stadium Authority, works with the Orioles and Ravens as well. So we have them coming through. And we're going to chop it up. We're going to talk sports. We're going to talk Super Bowl. We got the Olympics coming up. That's, I believe, starting next weekend as well. The third.
It's after the Super Bowl.
Right, okay.
Actually, the show after the Super Bowl is when we would start it, like the 11th or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Winter Olympics. And also, we are going to talk about another big tradition in the city of Baltimore, the big rivalry basketball game between Mercy High School and IND High School, and which is really huge for women's sports as well. We're working on getting Mercy and IND. We're just about finalizing all of those plans, so we might be able to have them come in. We'll have some fun. We'll do a couple of interviews. We'll play some games, and you'll get to hear things from, you know, some pretty intelligent women in the sports arena.
I'm kind of mad because last time Deandra was on here, I was out with my neck surgery.
Oh.
And again, she's gonna be here. I'm not. Maybe I'll just
Damn,
have to
right.
pop by just to say hi.
Right. Well, you
be the
know,
referee.
They kind of like signed on. They signed themselves on as like official like guest hosts for the women's panel because they love the idea so much. But you know, I'll be hosting the first one, and what will be happening is Mark and I will be alternating hosting. So Mark will be hosting in February for Black History Month. So appropriate. So yeah. So, you know, like I said, we have a lot of new and different things that we'll be doing this year. So, you know, you guys be on the lookout for that, you know, and like I said, you know, very talented, very beautiful, very funny. I got my girl Tyra coming back. Tyra, I know you watching. Can't wait to chop it up with you, girl. So yeah, the very first women's panel. We're very excited about that. Very proud about that as well. Definitely. Let me get that round of applause, Eric. How much time we got left, yo? Perfect. Well, you guys, you know how we end the show. Baltimore in 2018, spread love, yo. It's Kescia, Mark, just a bit outside. Damn, both of us.
You use Tearless baby shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp